Good evening, and thanks so much for choosing KLBK News. I'm Terry Furman.
And I'm Matt Stell. Thank you so much for being with us. The sentencing phase for Carlos Rodriquez has begun. He's the man who's now pled guilty to killing 18-year-old Zoe Campos back in 2013. Yesterday, you might remember, we told you how Rodriquez had initially pled not guilty, but then changed his mind just as his trial was set to start.
KLBK's Landry Sena has been following the hearing today. Now, Landry, what punishment are our prosecutors asking for?
Well, Matt and Terry, they're asking for the jury for a life sentence, saying Rodriquez had no reason or motive, just the opportunity. In court today, Zoe's family took the stand, telling members of the jury about their beloved Zoe and why in no way she deserved what brutally happened to her. Zoe's mom, Mother Campos, says the night her daughter went missing, Zoe was supposed to babysit her sister's kids. She never showed up or returned the family's calls. Melinda says the next day they went looking for her, calling hospitals, friends, but no luck. There were dozens of searches, thousands of flyers, but it would be 5 long years later when Zoe's body was found buried in the back of a home near 70th and Sherman, with zip ties still on her bones. Carlos Rodriquez had been a person of interest, but he denied ever knowing Zoe, even though his DNA was found on a jacket in her car. Rodriquez eventually confessed to murdering Zoe, telling detectives that when the two were smoking synthetic marijuana, he freaked out, lost control, and started choking the 18-year-old until she died. His lawyers claimed that officers bullied him into giving that confession, and that Lubbock Police's investigation into Zoe's death wasn't done effectively. But now they say that with this new guilty plea, Rodriquez is ready to put this all behind him, but still doesn't deserve a life sentence. Prosecutors see things a bit differently, telling the jury that Rodriquez had a history of preying on people, something he did to the mother of his own children, and eventually did to young Zoe that November of 2013. When asked if finding Zoe's remains in 2018 gave the family closure, Mother Campos said, quote, "No, because he's still breathing and she's not." The jury also heard from Zoe's aunt, a cousin, a retired police officer, Zoe's older sister, her best friend at the time of her disappearance, and Lubbock police officers assigned to the investigation. The sentencing phase of Rodriquez's trial will continue tomorrow.